this thing on?
I don't know what's going on at Restream tonight, man, but it's not happening.
Okay, let's go to YouTube.
Let me see.
I can see it.
All right, so I'm going to share it.
Okay.
Copy link. I'm going to go to the Facebook group. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Restream right now.
I can't wait to hear what it ends up being.
I don't know. Paste. And post. Do the same thing on my page. See what happens. Post. I have no idea why this is happening. Let me check something. I'm going to go back out again.
Oh, boy.
Not all the way out, just like...
Oh, boy. Let's get on with it, mate. We're not delivering.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, it is what it is.
It's got to be Restream. It has to be.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because if it's working through YouTube, I mean, unless it's Facebook.
No.
But it was originally playing on the page, right?
Yeah, for about 2 seconds.
Then they shut it off. I didn't get any warning saying that I can't live stream.
Oh, I don't know. Are there people in the show now? Can you count heads?
Let's see, one.
That's Shannon, probably. People will start trickling in. I'm texting people too and telling them.
No. This is live. This is the world of live stream. All right, we got 3.
All right.
Yeah. Live streaming at its best.
Are we live now?
We're live, yeah.
Are there people hearing us?
I think so. We got 3 viewers right now.
Well, they can't comment though, right?
I
don't think
they can. Yeah, they can comment.
Oh, they can.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
They just have to know how to comment on YouTube. It's right below it. The comments are right below.
Somebody say something. Do you hear us?
So when you go on YouTube,
I can see. I don't want to push play. I'm afraid.
It says live chat.
Oh,
right?
I hear you. You're feedbacking.
Yeah.
Type something. You can type something in.
Yep.
We're not delivering tonight. I don't know. I don't know what. Andrea Colachitty. We hear you. Thank you. Help is up, and there's someone from Winthrop votes. That would be
That's me.
Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get this done. This
is too important, and I'm sorry for people who want to go to bed, Shannon.
Yeah, we're gonna get this done.
I
don't know why it's not streaming on Facebook. Facebook must be having live, because I live streamed yesterday with no problem.
Well,
so
Maybe someone got to Facebook and sabotaged us.
Nah. Sometimes it does that. I mean, so it's not Restream, because Restream, the program, is letting us stream over YouTube, so it's got to be a Facebook issue.
I can hear you.
All right.
It's all good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hey, I got a question for you while we wait.
Go ahead.
Have you heard any good Italian jokes lately?
Hey. A chingadi chang.
Any good Italian jokes lately? Just wondering.
A basta vazoo.
Just wondering.
I could tell the one. People are gonna watch this or playback. There might be some live right now that know my punchline here. I'm not gonna say it on this, but it has something to do with how Italian women get pregnant.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, we can't get into all that. Yeah, no.
I'm allowed though. I'm Italian. I can make fun of myself or not. Is that, I don't know. Is that discriminatory? It's not racist, right? Because it's ethnicist. Ethnicist. I don't know.
Yeah. So, let's just go on.
All right. Well, yeah. So, first and foremost, before we get too far down the road, I started off when they started the first time by saying, I have my hat on tonight. This one, the representation of the Gadsden flag, because this is kind of how Winthrop Votes started. And the mission for Winthrop Votes was to get conversations going, to get people to participate in their local government. And I feel like what happened in the past 3-4 days has at least opened the door to that, though, and we'll talk about this tonight, some are still not willing to engage for reasons that are not completely obvious to me. So, but I thought what we did, we broached some pretty heated topics and nobody killed each other. So I wanted to say that was important.
So there was a dust up this past week. Well, it lasted through the weekend. Happened at the end of last week. Julia Pringles Wallace, once again.
Let's be careful now.
No, I'm just saying, she made a comment. She got a little comfortable and made a comment about 3 Italian men, which she ended up editing somehow. She edited that comment when she reposted it. There was 3 Italian men running for, or in the running for the town manager position.
Yeah.
Let me see. If folks don't know how to go over the app, they may be able to. They may not be able to participate in comment. Yeah, it's right below it, and you go on the app. Just go over on your phone. On either way, it's there. It's there. I can see it on my phone. I commented from my phone, Wendy. So she made a comment, and it stirred up a hornet's nest, and like she'd never experienced before. At one point, people were offended. Okay, so first of all, for a person that is so about being inclusive and diversity and equity, she doesn't seem to like white Italian men. I'm joking.
Wait a minute, I'm one of those.
Yeah. She had issue with that, and one of her compadres made a comment about where's the women, right?
This is on Facebook, by the way, on a page that I'm not welcome on, and anyone like me.
Let's see what we got. Is this the comment?
This is the comment. This is the
changed one.
This is the revised comment. Okay.
Yeah, it's revised. So
let's first. Oh, sorry, but let's first. Can you see my pointer here? Is it pointing at?
Yeah.
Okay, that says 3 likes. Okay. If I go over to, the original post that the original post would be on Winthrop Votes here. What we find in my original post, and you're gonna have to bear with me now because as usual, experiencing technical difficulties. But what you'll find in the original post is a very different, not very different, one word different. One word different. And I'm going to get there. Just give me a second.
And this is all relevant. This
right
is all
here.
relevant.
Right.
Look at
here.
that.
Just Italian men.
Men.
Not Italian sounding men. Italian men.
So she went and edited it to try to look innocent instead of just owning it, which she tried to do.
And that's the whole thing. And Scott.
And show us the other one. Show us the edited one.
Italian sounding
men. So now let me ask you this. What does an Italian man sound like?
Well,
so what is that all about, Julia? Just Italian sounding men. Well, what are you doing? You talking like this? Is that the Italian sounding man? What are you doing, huh?
Listen, to be fair, right? Because I don't know if there's any being super fair here, but this is a woman who espouses. The problem is she sees the world only through color, gender, sexual orientation. I don't know why that's the only way she can look at things. But the fact of the matter is, the question was, where's the woman candidate?
Well, Mary Conley,
right.
She's in there, so she put it out there, so I'll say her name.
Yeah.
She's the one that said, where's the women, right? Yep. So my question is this. Would you rather have a qualified man as the town manager or an unqualified female as the town manager? What benefits the town more? Do you want an unqualified female just so you feel good? And you can say, look at us. Listen, there was a company that the town hired to do the vetting, to come up with 3 candidates. No one in Winthrop did this, people. All you Winthrop one or one Winthrop people, this was an outside source that came up with these candidates. So point your crooked finger at them, all right? Don't point it at the town. Don't point it at the town councilors. And did anyone else apply for the position? Evidently, there was a handful. But again, this is on the company that was hired to do the vetting. Okay?
Well, and if I just cut you off for a second, let me add to help LaToya out too. Welcome, LaToya, by the way, friend of mine.
Hi, LaToya. Yeah,
first-time visitor, or first-time listener. There were a ton of people who applied. The problem is, if some of them are currently working, they need to keep their names private, and so we may never know any of. Like, they could have said it's okay to release it after the fact. They could have said not. We may never know who the applicants were. We only know who the finalists are to protect them in their current positions. That's. I just wanted to add that.
And also, if it was only 3 Italian men that applied, then that's what you get. Again, it's like they just want to point their crooked finger at somebody in the town and say, "Where's the men? Where's the women? Where's how come there's 3 Italian men or 3 Italian sounding people?" However, and I still don't know what that means. I would love for her to come on the Facebook group and clarify what Italian sounding is, because she might have just dug a deeper hole with that one. Italian sounding, right?
Well,
it's just 3 men. How's that? It's just 3 men.
The question was asked about where's the women. Well, first of all, okay, I on its face, I can
not
see.
On us, though.
No, it's not. But I can just to play along. Okay, fine. If you have this thing that you need to have a woman in there, fine. We don't know how qualified they were or if one even applied. We have no idea. The people who made it through are the people who made it through. Then, so why is the answer to that question just Italian men? Like, why is that is that a knee-jerk reaction or is that a planned reaction? Which is it?
So let me go back to last week's show when we talked about initially these candidates. This was pre-interview, which we're going to get to the interview. Something happened during the interview processes that just threw 100 gallons of gas on the fire. We'll get to that. I made a comment last week And I said, well, LaToya and Wendy said she was looking at their last name. Yeah, and made the point that they were Italian.
Why? Why
she made the point that they're Italian.
Exactly. There's no reason for it.
I jokingly, in jest, and you can go back and watch it, I said, hey, there's a lot of vowels in these names. Where's the Irish representation? Where's the Irish? And I made a joke about it, right? Somebody calls me out. Mary Conley calls me out on it. But you said it. And my reply to that is, I said it in jest. I didn't make a statement. There's a big difference between saying something in jest and making a statement about 3 Italian men. I didn't say anything about men or women. I just made a joke about the vowels. There's a lot of vowels in there. So if they want to try to spin it on me, good luck. You're doing it to the wrong person. I'm a little smarter than that. Plus, I don't care who it is. I personally don't care. It could be anybody. Just have a good town manager. But how
is calling out by the way, how is calling out their heritage not a microaggression?
It is. It's an absolute microaggression. Okay. So then it got messy. She stirred up a hornet's nest, like I said, like she hadn't done before. Let me see. Carla Vitale says, from the names alone, we don't really know if the 3 applicants were male or Italian. I think the only thing that's important is that the 3 people had... Thank you. Carla, I don't do that too much. Trust me.
Can I make a joke? Can I make a joke, though? Can I make a joke?
Jokes? As long as it's a joke.
According to Ketanji Brown Jackson, if we're not biologists, we can't define women. So how would we even know if we had a woman in the applicant pool anyway? Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a joke or a fact?
I don't know.
Now, for the moment, I'm being serious. So how would you, if you really want to make these arguments, how would you figure that conundrum out?
So somebody comes on the Winthrop Votes Facebook group and says to boycott blank blank. Now, me and Todd, I'm going to speak for Todd on this.
Yep, please do.
There is no way in hell we support that. There is no way in hell we agree with that. And there's no way in hell that should even have been said by anybody, because this boycott was going after her family, okay, which is wrong. It's unacceptable. And Todd and I talked about it immediately. It's absolutely unacceptable. And unfortunately, her comment caused her family to be collateral damage, which she should be aware of that. If you're going to go around, maybe she got comfortable. Maybe she got comfortable because she's been she hasn't been called out since forever. This show is the only route to call her out for all her actions. And they don't please everybody, that's for sure. So right off the bat, we don't agree with that. That shouldn't have happened. She came on the Facebook group. Now, this is another interesting point. Todd is blocked. I don't even try to go near that. I don't try to contact any of them in One Winthrop. Todd's blocked by her. Can't go on One Winthrop Facebook group. And this might sound petty, but it's not. I'm going somewhere with this. But she's allowed to come into the Winthrop Votes Facebook group and comment all she wants. You know why? Because we don't exclude people that disagree with us. You see there? All this inclusivity and all this fairness and equity, but they'll block somebody from going on their group that disagrees with them. Todd's used to being blocked. Wait. There you go. And that shows you where we're at and where they're at.
That's right.
So Todd couldn't even comment on her comment because she blocks him, but she can come on our group.
On my group. I can't comment on
but
her.
We won't block her.
We
don't block anybody.
I know.
We scan who comes in.
Yeah.
But we're the bad guys.
Hold on. I'm not going to lie. Just a quick one. If Lee Foley posts on our page, I've taken her down because of what she said, implied about me at that last meeting.
Well, you have all the right to do that because that was an indirect personal attack on you.
Yeah, that was that. So she's out.
She made a lot of harsh accusations.
And by the way, for the record, I'm gracious and we can talk about it, but we have to talk about it. Yeah. Moving on. Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
So just goes to show you that they are not tolerant people. They're not. They might come across all nice and you know, oh, it's rainbows and unicorns, but they're not about communication. If you don't agree with them, they won't even discuss anything with you. And it's proved. This is being proven, right?
Yeah. This is correct. And I want to go back though a little bit, Scott.
Yeah.
Because I want to wrap up on the Julia thing because I don't want to beat that hammer to death, any longer. Suffice it to say this: I showed her grace on my group by letting her still post. I showed her grace when I owned up to the fact that we had an exchange that probably shouldn't have happened, and I owned my crap, which is I don't like her. I have no reason to like her. She's never been willing to listen to an idea or a thought from anyone that I can tell. But I'm willing to try again. And I'm always willing to at least, I don't have to be her friend. She doesn't have to be mine. But we can at least try to come to some common ground. That's not going to happen, obviously. But I want to make the point about the apology. The reason, there's an important reason why we Italians, all right, those of us who are offended or annoyed or just see the utter hypocrisy in all of it, we have a right to our opinion. Okay, so here's the biggest reason, and you don't have to accept our opinion. You can think it's lousy and we're jerks for it, but it's still our opinion, and this is where we differ. You said you wanted to apologize for using words that have caused offense. Full stop. When you start out your apology with a statement like that, which is just like saying, but, because you're trying to take the blame off of you and put it on the words as far as I'm concerned, okay? And my opinion of you in this apology is it's a collection of all of our experiences together. It's a collection of every time I've tried to share my view with you, it was you didn't even hear it. You just moved on to what you had to say. You listened to respond. And yes, at times I lost my cool. I don't want to do that ever. I hate it. But the fact of the matter is, it's pretty easy to do it to me, especially when I feel like you're disrespecting me by walking past my ideas or my thoughts. When you said you'd have a conversation, you didn't mean it. You were just trying to turn me into you or to get you to agree with me. I don't care if you don't agree with me ever. I don't care if you don't agree with me on policy ever. But we have to have a place, common ground where we can agree with each other. There has to be a baseline. For instance, with gender whatever. Sorry. There is a science. There are two X's and an X and a Y. That has to be our starting point. And I don't want to get lost in that conversation.
Yeah, let's move off of that.
This is why I am upset. This is why I don't accept the apology. I'm sure there are other people who have opinions as well. But I'm done with that for now.
I just want to touch more on the boycott thing. It's ultimately people are going to do what they want to do. I put something on there saying basically everybody just needs to chill the hell out because that starts to get radical, and we're not going to be like that. We're not going to be radical like that. We don't dox people. We don't cancel people. All right? That's what they do. That's what they do. We don't boycott people or businesses. That's what they do. And they've proven it. And you know who they is. You might not like it, but it's true. Take a good look at the cancel culture, all of it. It's all there. It's not conservatives that are doing that. No. Anyways.
Sorry, but while we're transitioning, right? We're talking about this, like, think about right now, what we're talking about right now. This stuff is happening in our backyard. And the very same people just a couple of weeks ago who were scouring the globe for issues that they could use here locally, i.e., Florida, Don't Say Gay bill, Texas bills. They had all this momentum and motivation to put together they wanted to have a non-binding, what did they call it? Why is it escaping me? Non-binding resolution that they wanted to force the council to take a vote on for something that didn't happen here. And all of them are dead silent for something that happened in front of them, which we'll get to. So
that kind of, she makes her apology. Could be too little too late for a lot of people. People accepted it. That's fine. I just have a question. Was the apology forced because she realized that now her family is involved in her actions, collateral damage? Will she be more aware in the future? I don't know. It's her hole. She has to get out of it. So, no boycotting anybody. Just don't do it. Go to the Winthrop market. Shop there. Stay local. The guy that owns it doesn't have anything to do with this. So anyways, then once the whole weekend was like in this big eruption over, who's got a problem with Italians. And I don't think she realized how many Italians are in Winthrop. I don't think so. I think she found out, though.
Can I say it smells like salami? Oh, no. Sorry, I'm one guy.
So when were the interviews? 30th,
31st?
Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday.
No, let me see. We're in Monday right now, so it was
Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah. Either way. So the town council starts interviewing these 3 Italian men who are up for the town manager position. And then, like, out of nowhere, as they said, timing is everything. Timing is everything. You want to pour 100 gallons of gasoline. Yeah, they were Thursday. Thank you, Elizabeth. You want to pour 100 gallons of gasoline on a bonfire? Here we go. I'm going to play the video from the... Now, you want to set this up, Todd?
No, Nope. I want this to be organic. I don't want to have any influence.
Okay. What town council member is talking?
This is Barbara Flockhart okay, you know what? Yeah, you're right. This is the town manager interview. This is the first candidate. And this is Barbara Flockhart with her turn to ask questions. Remember the key word here, questions.
Okay. Here we go.
Influence that.
There we go.
I've spoken to several people in the town about your candidacy. And one of the things that I've heard from somebody who works closely with you is that you have a tendency to get your Italian up in your passion.
Uncomfortable laughter.
Heritage is the heritage, right?
Yep. Can we stop here for a second?
Oh, we're stopping.
I just want to throw this out here, all right? Because my friend LaToya and I have had some very interesting and well thought out discussions privately between us.
She's good. Yeah, I've had discussions with her on Facebook in the past.
And I want to ask people in general, and specifically LaToya, what she thinks of this. I mean, imagine me being in Barbara's seat. And imagine if the candidate was a black woman. And I asked some question about her getting her African-American up or something along those lines.
Boom.
How would that go over for me?
No.
And so the problem I have, and I would get crucified. I would be asked to leave Winthrop. You would have a non-binding resolution to lock me out of precinct 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, and 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
There'd be guards at the gates at either end of town to keep me out of here.
Yeah.
So, couple things to think about as we go through this conversation. One, what are the ramifications legally? I've been told by some that the town's not on the hook. That came from our local or our town's lawyers, who have lost every lawsuit ever filed against us. So I'm not sure I really put much stock in what they have to say.
Worst lawyers ever.
Yeah, put that aside. Here's another ramification. The other two people that are, that didn't happen to, if they get offered the job, are they going to want to come here knowing that, one, they've got a potential hater on the council and that's who they work for? And two, are they going to want to step into managing a lawsuit in a town, in a town? They know what's going on in town hall in terms of the lack of staffing. So I do think there's a lot more than meets the eye with this issue.
I'm curious as if Ms. Flockhart set that up on purpose. I don't know. I don't know the lady, but his timing is kind of odd.
Well, think about it, Scott. She asked people in the town. So she researched, found out that this guy gets mad, or that he could be the kind of Italian with a pinky ring, if that's what she means, that's going to come break legs.
With the horn.
She knew she was going to, the Italian horn on the rearview mirror. I mean, she clearly was thinking about this question before she asked it. So this is premeditated.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
So she asked that question. First of all, what does it matter? What does it matter if he gets his Italian up? Or if what does it matter? Why would she even bring that up? Because people talk and they look for allies. It's a strategy. It's simple strategy. She had her shot and she took it. She looked like a fool. I don't care. I don't know the lady, but she looked like a total fool.
I agree.
Feel free to disagree with me in the comments or call.
Yeah,
but
no,
that was a knucklehead statement, comment, question to a potential town manager. It just makes no sense. What kind of... okay, now there's another thing that goes with this. Todd, what's your take on how that should be handled?
From the town council?
Town council president.
Personally?
Let's go with the town council president.
So, good question. So, my personal opinion is the town council president should show strong leadership here. Behind the scenes, he should beg her to quietly resign and just do herself and the council and the community a favor. And quickly, I'll say, because whatever this town council decides tomorrow night how they decide to handle this is going to tell a story. If we decide to go lightly on this and not at least, because the town council has nothing, there's nothing they can do legally. There's nothing. But if they decide to go lightly and limp-wristed and just allow her to just apologize, which is what I'm hearing, they're sending the message that it's okay to be discriminatory against white men, because I don't know too many brown Italian men. Or fine. And if you want to say it's okay to just be discriminatory against Italian men, that's fine too. But it's rules for thee and not for ye. Just like LaToya responded to my question. She said she'd feel some type of way if she was sitting on the other side, if she was the black woman that I was the white guy asking her that question, right? The question shouldn't have been asked. And we know how I'd be treated if I asked that question. It would be very different than what's happening right now. So we need to the council needs to treat this very, very carefully. You're on Winthrop Votes.
I'm trying to get it to plug in. Now this isn't working. Great.
Oh, for good God, we are.
Hold on 1 second.
We can't hear you.
Oh, great.
We
had trouble earlier. This is just one of those nights.
Because I'm unable to sign in.
There we go.
Here we go.
We can hear you
now.
Can
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's
this?
Well,
this is Marianne.
This is one of those nights. Because I'm unable to sign in. Turn your computer down.
Turn your computer down, please.
Okay. Hear me? Yeah. Okay. It's Marianne Nicoletti. How are you?
Good, Marianne. How are you?
Good, thanks. And I know I've been going back and forth with you guys all weekend because I'm one of those that are really upset about the comment.
Yes.
And my take on it is, having worked in many different positions in my life, if I was ever in on an interview and someone said something to me regarding my race, my ethnicity, I even had somebody, believe it or not, and it was here in the town of Winthrop. I used to work at Winthrop High School, and on the interview, I was asked if I was going to be planning on having a family.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah. So I basically just looked at the person and went, really? I said, you know what? And at the time, there was no human resource office.
Right.
So I had said to them, first of all, I was shocked that there was no human resource that I could go to. There was nobody I could go to. But I overlooked it. However, I let it be known that, you know what, you're not going to mess around with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I did
absolutely.
get the job. And then, because my name ends in a vowel, this same person kept saying to me, you can't tell me you're not connected. And I'm like, connected to what? Can you clarify that for me? You know what I mean? I go, no, clarify it for me. I knew what they were getting at. Believe me.
Right.
Oh, but they don't want you.
Because I drove a big ass Lincoln. What am I going to do? Be putting bodies in my trunk?
No.
Big ass Lincoln.
No, but you're safe because you're a woman.
I love that.
Yeah.
Right? You're part of even though you're an Italian woman, they might let you in if you just be nice and say the right things.
Yeah. I was, so, I mean, in this particular case now, she needs to resign. This is my opinion. And she needs to apologize to this person that she was asking the question to. And I'll tell you right now, if I was one of these three candidates and I heard about this, I would be thinking, would I really want to come to work for a town or an establishment that is setting me off on the wrong foot right from the beginning?
No.
Facts.
I mean, this person is an outsider.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, and
you know?
Yes.
And I don't know if you're planning on this. Tomorrow night is the town council meeting at 7.
Oh, I'm coming.
That a
Excellent.
girl.
Oh,
Bring
I'm
100.
coming. I will be there, and I've messaged a lot of people.
Good.
Bring 100 people. I've got a sign for someone if we stop the Italian hate. Stop the hate.
I just posted it on my Facebook page. Yep, I love it. I love it.
All right. Well,
No, but I will be there. My husband and I will be there, and I have other people that are coming also that are not happy about this person making that remark or that question.
This is.
well, we're looking forward to seeing you there.
Oh, I'll be there. You'll know who I am.
Excellent. All right. Thank you
you.
for the
All
call.
right, guys. I'm still watching. I just couldn't sign in,
That's
but
fine.
I am watching you guys.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for watching.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Should I go live from there with the phone?
Yeah, why not?
Bring
when
it
it
in.
comes to that.
Yeah, this could be. Well, we'll see. I'll-
The big ass Lincoln. I love that. I drove a big ass Lincoln. I love that.
Way, you put a body in the trunk. Well, that's my Liz. Yeah, you want that, Liz? That's your sign. That's fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this is as far as the town council president goes. I think Jim's smart enough to handle it the way he wants to handle it. I don't think he's definitely not going to let it go. Hopefully he has said something to her behind the scenes See, this is the thing. This is why Winthrop needs, and I'm not saying this particular incident would dictate this, but Winthrop needs a recall system in place. It has to get on the ballot. Whenever the next election is, that has to be on the ballot, because these people that are sitting in these elected positions have no repercussions, zero. They can say whatever they want, and they're not going to get removed. They're just not going to get removed because there's no checks and balances with them. If there's a recall voted in by the people, now they're accountable. In this case, she just walks. She's like, yeah, so what? I said it. I don't know if that's her attitude, but there has to be a recall put in place for all elected officials. And she's 81 years old, and that's fine, but she's still sitting as a town council member.
Oh, and she's a liability. I mean,
well,
what's next? And I'm not, listen,
Yeah.
I'm a man of grace and second chances. And remember, Scott, this is the woman in the that was on Rules and Ordinances when this whole flag issue came up and was, giving me this whole notion that I'm lined up with racism and racists, and
yeah. See, if she's got that attitude, she's got to go.
So yeah, I mean, I
Because
think
that's bullshit. I'm sorry. I swore enough last week. I want to swear this week.
Lights out. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Kurt Millar just commented in recall needs to be included in the charter.
Yep.
It has to be. This has to get done because it's time that these elected officials in Winthrop have to own up, and there's accountability on them. Not just, hey, I'm going to sit on, I can say what I want. So what? What if I went in there and I'm a town council member and I said, you know what? I hate Point Shirley. That place could break off and fall into Boston Harbor for all I care. You know what's going to happen to them? Nothing. The whole section of Winthrop could be up in arms, coming to town hall with torches and pitchforks. I'm still going to sit on the town council because you know what? You can't do anything to me. I'm elected. I can do whatever I want, say whatever I want.
yeah.
It has to be put in. It has to get done.
There's no question. And as a reminder to everyone watching and who will watch, I serve still, for now, I hope, on the Ordinance Review Committee. And Kurt, I'm in agreement with Kurt. We're in agreement with a lot of things, and it looks like we're going to get some pretty good things done, and that's going to be one of them. There'll be a public hearing coming up on the matter too, not to derail the conversation, but and look, again, I want to remind people that we can forgive. The question is this: if she gives an apology, how do we know we should accept it? Because words are just words. It goes back to owning your
Let
stuff.
me ask you this. Did she apologize to you for equating you to a racist for wearing that hat?
No, never going to happen.
So what? Because she said it in public, now she gets a pass to say,
Would a fair trade be her resignation? Show us that you mean it, please.
yeah.
Because this is how we Italians, some of us Italians, feel that, you're a liability. You're not nice. You're a hypocrite. What you did was very hypocritical.
And
At a minimum.
Julia Pringles Wallace, whatever her name is,
Chips.
she sits on a committee, right?
She
on the board, right?
does. I'm not sure which one she's on, but
It's
she does.
the planning committee.
Planning board. Yep.
Planning board, yeah. So she sits on a board. Oh, what's going to happen to her? Nothing.
Nothing.
At least
Well,
in that fact.
Yeah, I mean, to go back to that quickly, because this is an interesting point. Again, I can't imagine what kind of uncomfort she's going through right now that she actually at least attempted to own up to it, and she's reaching out to anybody on our group page that is showing positiveness towards her situation. My friend Latoya, as an example. And contacting them and thanking them. So I'm not trying to embarrass anybody here. The fact of the matter is we welcome you into the big tent here, but you got to talk to us. I mean, you have to find some common ground with us. You can't keep just shutting the door and saying, nope, this is my way and your way stinks.
Or are they being, like high schoolers and they're sneaking in. Oh, this is what they did today. This is what they did today. But we can't go and see what they're posting.
Right.
Because remember now, if you look at what it says in the one Winthrop, which was what's her name that called you the names, not
Lee Foley.
Yeah. No Trump supporters.
Oh yeah, you can't be in there if you're a Trump
That's part of the one Winthrop thing. We'll take everybody. And no Trump supporters. And then she implies that we're racists and white supremacists. I'm just going to say this. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
Are you effing kidding me? It says it right in the one Winthrop group. So I'm a white supremacist and I'm a racist. I served this country for 32 years of my life. I've worked with all ethnicities, religions.
Your wife is
genders.
Filipino, dude. I mean, hello.
I worked with a customs officer that had the surgery. God bless her, Trish. Did it all. But according to them, because I vote for Trump, according to Lee Foley and one Winthrop and that little circus, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a racist. I carried a gun for this country for 10 years in the military, but I'm a racist because I voted for Trump. Do you see? You people have to see this. Like, take a step back. What's the saying? Look at it from 30,000 feet. Who's the bad guy here? It's not us.
Definitely
it's
not.
It's just not us. They just don't like what we say.
Well, I mean, again, I'll own my temper. I'll own that. Still owning it. I'm just waiting.
I'm going to use a very gender-specific term, Todd. You manned up. You manned up, Todd. You manned up. You're a stand-up guy.
I did that toxic masculinity.
I see. So tomorrow night, is it tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, 7:00.
7:00. We'll see if she gets, who was it? Lisa Freeman commented in, can she be censored? Censored. I don't know.
Not so just the charter has nothing that addresses this. There's literally nothing that addresses this in the town charter.
All right, Kurt Malak corrected me. I don't see it on the one Winthrop, but it's on Winthrop anti-racist group. They're all the same.
Even funnier, anti-racist group.
It's exactly.
I stand
corrected, one Winthrop. I'll man up.
Yeah.
I'll white Irish man up.
Two people in that group in the span of 5 days have made discriminatory comments. Hateful, what could be defined as hateful comments.
So, again, I hit my mic. I do that often lately. Now, this is all relevant to the town because this is what's going on in the town.
Mm-hmm.
And it bled over into the town council. And Lord knows what Tracy Honen's going to try to read into record tomorrow night. That's going to be worth the price of admission right there. They've been
eerily quiet on this, Scott. I said it earlier. They've been eerily quiet on this.
That's going to be worth the price of admission right there to see, because Tracy Honen got shot down last meeting. She wanted to read into record something about the transgender issue, that whole letter to the editor that Lee Foley gets carte blanche to they print anything she writes. But my buddy Steve Stevens has written 43 letters to the transcript. None of them have gotten published. Literally 43. And none of them have made it in. So tomorrow night, the Tracy Honen saga will continue. They challenged Jim last week, and Aiello, what's his first name?
Joseph
Aiello wants to have a discussion about this. After the town council president said, I checked with legal, and no, I have the right to say no. It's not relevant to the town. It's not relative to town business. Not during a town council meeting. Joe Aiello decides, well, why can't we take a vote? Because it doesn't matter, Joe. Doesn't matter. Wait, Joe Aiello, he's a white Italian guy. Oh, and I think he sits right next to Flockhart, doesn't he?
He does.
Oh, she must be mortified. She must be up in ours. I wonder if he gets his Italian up. Yeah.
Be careful. Be
I'm just saying.
careful.
I'm just using her words. Just saying.
Well, and look, let's think about this for a second, right? Because tomorrow night, there's a real issue here. There's a real conundrum for the council as a whole and each individual on the council.
Yeah.
Because again, I know for me, I'm saying this now, and I'll say it, obviously depending upon exactly how it comes out tomorrow night. But if I don't like the way the council addresses this, nobody on that council will ever get a vote from me again. And it has to involve something that encourages them, encourages Miss Flockhart to do herself a favor and step aside. Show us that you mean your apology. Don't just give us empty words. Show us that you realize that you put us at risk. Show us that you realize that you may have scared off the other two candidates. I don't know. But if there's not at least a unified, I mean, you're not going to get Tracy Honan to say, I want to have a non-binding.
Tracy Honan doesn't do much of anything.
Right. She's not going to say
council
that.
meeting. She does nothing.
But they all should make a comment about speaking out against any type of discrimination at the very least. It'll be ham-handed. You know for a fact it would be much more dramatic if it was, I mean, they'd be kneeling on the ground, holding their fists up in moments of silence if this was the other way around.
If Jim Lettieri had said that.
Yep, exactly. So, point
because
being,
we know Rob DeMarco would never say anything like that.
Something strong, in my opinion, has to come out. We need strong leadership, and here's one of the big reasons why. This council has been a circus since before Phil Boncory took it over. It was a circus then. It's been a circus for the better part of 5 years. Strong leadership is going to fix that. I thought we had that a couple of weeks ago when Jim set the tone. Tomorrow is going to be a big moment for him.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. And if you want to stream it live, you just got to get a tripod, Todd, because you got the shakiest hands. It's like you're shakier than an alcoholic outside a closed liquor store.
I can't sit still.
Your DTs are like.
It's called attention deficit disorder. I'm shaking my feet, rocking my legs. I'm calling my mommy. That was a microaggression.
I know.
I don't feel safe in these conversations.
Well, so
Father Walter, how did I do?
Yeah. Is he watching?
He's listening. He's listening.
Yeah. And I swore again, forgive me.
Forgive us. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Yeah. I don't know. You tell me, Scott.
I got my Irish up. I'm sorry. I got my Irish up.
We attack anybody tonight, did we? I really didn't want to attack anybody. I mean, sometimes
no. We're just, again, we can joke about things too. It's not.
I don't know. Can you?
I got called out for joking.
Did you?
Yeah, remember that's when I made the vowels comment last week.
Yeah.
That's why I wore my Irish Boxing Club T-shirt tonight.
They don't know how many Italian friends you have.
Oh, I got a lot. I have a lot. I do have a lot.
The Italian and Irish population was much bigger back in the day when we were younger than it is now. And the Jewish population, too, was much bigger. It's Albanian. A lot of Albanian folks have moved here.
Hey, remember back in the day when WASPs were like the big thing, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants?
You didn't want to be with.
Remember they used to catch it from everybody?
Yep.
They were labeled. They had a label put on them, right? Just like today. They love labels. They love them.
It hasn't changed. It's alphabet soup. It's alphabet code name soup. It's designed to confuse. Again, people still think I'm crazy and this is this mad conspiracy theory. I'm telling you, if you have a bunch of people who lack confidence, who are fearful, who are mentally compromised for whatever reason, and I know there's people out there right now, their heads are exploding. I'm sorry. The reality of humanity is we have challenges. The human condition, there are mentally challenged people. There are kids that grow up in these really dysfunctional homes. And those people are targets, and they're targets of the Marxists who want to control because they're easy to control. I'm not crazy.
Yeah. Nope.
Thank you, Lisa.
Let me see something.
And it happens right here in Winthrop, which is, and so this is what, again, I'm rallying. Local politics matters. If we can at least find a way to neutralize some of this craziness that's going on in our town,
That's the one.
Things will calm down.
And I'm going to show this every week. I like that I found this. I hope it's an active. If you know a veteran in Winthrop.
Yes, sir.
If you know a veteran in Winthrop that doesn't know that this exists in Winthrop, the Veteran Services, right? I guess Roseanne, well, now that's Triafoni Mazzucchelli. That's not Irish. But get in touch with her. I'll find it's at Town Hall. The mission of the Winthrop Veteran Service Office is to advocate for our veterans and their family, providing access to services on the local, state, and federal levels to which they are eligible. And we're eligible for a lot. We assist in job searching, obtaining health care, applying for service-connected disability, and much more. We urge all veterans to stop in and see what they are entitled to. I urge them to. And if you know a veteran that hasn't really checked into what they're entitled to, please have them go down and check this out. Yearly, the office facilitates the Memorial Day and Veterans Day events. Do they even have those anymore?
In Winthrop? Yeah. Yep.
All right. As well as support various organizations which assist veterans. God bless them. That is a good service right there. And I'm glad Winthrop has something. Again, if you know a veteran that didn't know that existed, let them go down there and find out what they're entitled to.
Yes. Please. And
yeah.
Feel free to volunteer your time, donations. By the way, on that note, I don't know if you know this, Scott, but one of our resident veterans, Richard Honan, are you familiar with him and the drive he does? He sends care packages to veterans, to military overseas.
Yeah.
So if anyone has packages of socks, little gloves, candies, chocolates, just drop them off at the Honan Sign Shop. Just another good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything else? We covered the controversies. What do you got?
Yeah. What do we want? Lisa's speaking Italian. Prego, paisan. Ciao. I want to say ciao until we meet again. Buonasera. What else?
Yeah, top of the morning.
Yeah, top of the morning.
Slante. Slancha.
What does that mean?
Salute.
Saluti. Saluti.
Slancha.
Saluti.
Check your text. Hold on. Did we get text messages? Todd, did you get a text message?
I did. It's a cutout of the discussion of an agenda. Ad hoc members to the commission for by the way, wait, we can't go anywhere.
Oh.
Where is the diversity commission on this? Hello?
Oh.
Walter, can you please chime in? Yeah, for the win.
Yeah.
I have been screaming that this commission is a waste of time. You have something in front of you right now that you will be useful for. Where are you? Thank you, LaToya.
Where's the Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Committee? They're not a committee. They're a
commission.
A commission. They're a commission. Like I said, Winthrop has a lot of committees, commissions, boards, councils. For a small town, they got a lot of different things. They're all the same.
Oh, Julie's asking about the agenda for tomorrow. Julie, I'm sorry. You talk about the town council, right? Yeah. You know what? Let me pull it up for a second.
Yeah, we got time. That's the beauty of live streaming. We are not on anybody's schedule but our own. Right. But yeah, why isn't the diversity committee reprimanding or getting involved?
Recommending something. Why aren't they calling in?
Why aren't they, are they gonna step up and say this was wrong? Huh? I mean, come on. Somebody's nationality got attacked.
That's right. Somebody was discriminated against based upon. Okay,
well, I don't know if they were discriminated against. They were attacked. Here we go.
Can you see it? So here's the agenda for tomorrow, and we don't get to speak until here. Meanwhile, they're going to nominate the town manager and probably take a vote. This is going to be interesting because I don't think, at the very least, This woman should not be allowed to vote on our town manager elect. She shouldn't be allowed to vote. No.
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
Either way, she's picking an Italian white guy.
Oh, yeah, that's going to keep her up at night.
I wonder if she'll abstain. Nah, I'm only kidding.
The deliciousness of the irony of these past 5 days has been, I know it sounds crappy to say this, but come on, let me enjoy this for a minute. All right. And now I'm done. Can we all be friends now and sing? Can we at least start to be friends?
So what do we have? Old business, new business.
Yeah. Discussion ad hoc is the text I got from Kurt. Discussion ad hoc, but I don't
scroll down. I don't think there we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Right here. This is interesting. Oh, yeah. There they are. Diversity, Inclusion, Community Relations Committee, Town Manager. Okay, so this must have been added. So they are going to have something to say tomorrow night. After the fact, maybe?
Well, they better address this issue.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, they better stick up for the Italian white guy. I know they don't like doing that because white men are the enemy. Then we got what? Appointments, public comment. Yeah, I'm telling you, I want to see this showdown between Aiello, Honan, and Lettieri. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I got to make sure I've got some folks that said they'll help me record the meeting tomorrow night. So it sounds like we're gonna get a better turnout than I thought.
Good.
Candidly,
encourage people to go.
This is, again, I'll say it again. I'll say it a million times. This is really where the rubber meets the road with local politics and getting, this is a big, important event.
So Julie, what happened in a nutshell is the last town council meeting, Tracy Honan, Julia Pringles-Wallace, Lenora Foley, and who else? I don't know. Like 20-something other people signed this letter to the editor about transgenders being taken care of and safe zones. And they sent it to the transcript. The transcript printed it. Then Tracy Honan, who last year made a total fool of herself after January 6th, the events of January 6th, and tried to say, that there was murder and the Trump supporters murdered a police officer and it's reprehensible and the Winthrop town she went on and on about that. It was allowed to be read in by the former town council president, and that was part of his downfall.
For sure.
Yeah, we made sure of that. And so now she thought, well, I'll just read something into record. And, since I did it before, which shouldn't have been allowed. So the last town council meeting, she tried to read something into record, probably that letter, whatever. Well, she was told no. So I think that was 2 meetings ago. She was told no. Then last meeting, she said, I did something wrong. I should have asked for a second on reading this in. And Aiello jumps up faster than she could get the words out of her mouth. I second that. So she says, okay, I'm going to read it. And Jim looks at her, he says, no, you're not reading it. Well, hoof. She got all huffy. And he said, I checked with legal, and they said, I have the right to do this. I have the right to say no. You can't read that into record. It has nothing to do with town business. She said, well, something about, what did she say? She said, yeah, it wasn't on the agenda.
That's right.
And she said, is this you doing it? And who said you could do it? Basically, she called it. He said it's been in place for 15 years, that rule.
That's right.
But the last town council president just let her run roughshod. He was virtue signaling, I want to be elected. He picked the wrong horse. He picked the wrong dog in that fight, and he lost. So now, when she got all huffy, Joe Aiello steps in and says, well, we want to talk to let's take a vote. And Jim said, no, it's not on the agenda. Well, can we do it next meeting? And Jim's like, yeah, sure. He's not going to back down. It's not going to be like he challenged him in a public meeting, and Jim should still say no. No matter how many of them say she should be able to read it, she shouldn't be able to read it because it has nothing to do with town business. It's a virtue signal to the top of the mountain. And her and her little circus are all wanting ready to celebrate that well, I'll get that read into record. Watch this. Nah. Wrong. Has nothing to do with town business. Nothing.
And LaToya, to answer your question, I mean, I guess it depends on how you define issues, but I'm unaware of any major transgressions against gender dysphoric folks in Winthrop. Therefore, it's not a need. In fact, that one of the health department workers that night, one of the young women who work in the health department, Jeannie Hurley, had said in one of the meetings that we actually have a larger problem with our young children having from being cooped up through the pandemic, from having suicidal ideations and those types of issues,
behavioral issues, right?
Yeah, behavioral issues. I mean, all kind. I mean, this is, and if you followed what happened, LaToya, they pulled this issue. They're mad because Florida passed a bill that they don't like.
Parental rights. They say it's don't say gay. The liberals call it don't say gay, but there's nothing in that bill. Evidently, they've never read it, and the idiots in Hollywood never read it because nowhere in that bill does it say don't say gay. But they just love throwing it out there. Let's see it stick.
Jingles. They got the jingles,
parental,
and the mantra.
Parental rights.
That's right. And it's meant to stop by the way, this is happening. I mean, I get these, this is a little bit of a sidebar, sorry, but I do get these emails, texts, links. I find things where you've got actual teachers in kindergarten, in elementary grade levels, excited to talk to their kids about their gender, their sexuality, blah, blah, blah. Like, and you have teachers posting on Facebook. I said this to you today, Scott, that they're leaving Florida.
Yeah, don't let the sunshine hit you in the ass on the way out.
Get out. But don't come to Massachusetts. If you're leaving Florida because
I don't think any of them are watching this show.
If you're leaving Florida because of that bill, you are a predator.
Well, anyways, we beat that up last week. So I just got a text from a viewer, personal text. It says, give the time and location of the town council meeting for tomorrow night. Let people know they can speak up during the public comment period. So that is the time right there. If you want to let them have it, then let them have it. That's your right.
7 o'clock.
It's your God-given right, freedom of speech.
Street, 7 o'clock, Herman Street, Winthrop, Massachusetts, the Harvey Room. It's in the bottom of Town Hall.
Also, let viewers know that tomorrow night's town council meeting will be televised on local channel 22.
Yes, it will.
So there you go.
But you're more effective when you're pinned in the building and just jammed in there.
Yeah.
Come on down. They don't want to see you there.
Be civil. Nice. No threats.
Leave the pitchforks outside.
Yeah, just get your point across. Don't be, you can have passion, but that's a hot ticket item across the country. People acting out, or school board members and town councilors getting all hypersensitive to criticism, and they want the police to get involved. It's a thing. It's a thing. So get your point across. Be passionate, but be respectful. No cussing like me. I should take my own advice. I understand that. But get your point across. Be heard. Be heard.
Forgive me, but this could happen to us tomorrow night, by the way. There's a rule. I think it's in Robert's rules. I don't think it's an actual council rule that says you can't make personal attacks.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. Well,
but, however,
there's a workaround.
Past council presidents have interpreted that rule to mean you can't even bring up their names or something they may have done wrong in their service to the town.
Well,
I don't know. And we should be forceful to be heard, I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's a workaround. You don't have to say names. Just say what precinct she represents. The representative of precinct, what is it? 6.
Yep.
Yeah. Just refer to her as that. So you're not making, not name calling. If in fact that's what you want to do. You know,
Right.
if in fact that's what you want to do, or if you have something else to say about another issue, we encourage you to do it. That's, you know, that's Robert's rules, and you shouldn't use the names. I agree.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's out on video, so I'm not sure what the difference is, but that's fine. And I'm happy to, if people aren't comfortable
Maureen Davis said most of the male town councils are
That's
Italian.
fine.
So what's one more?
Oh my God. I have to give. So Maureen, I'm gonna own this. Is in the spirit of owning my crap, Maureen. I have dumped you off this group a dozen times.
No. See, this is where we go.
I'm sorry.
This is where I if you've gotten kicked off of Winthrop Votes group because of whatever you might have said about something or somebody, it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't because of what she says or he. I don't, because it's a deceitful. It's not the real person. She's trickery. She's chicanery.
Oh, all right. I don't know.
Other than that, I gave up. She can stay. I'm done.
She makes some pretty good comments. I'll give her that. She makes some pretty good.
Sometimes it's funny, but
listen. And truth be told, these Facebook groups, they all, I've said this before, I'll say it again, they all eventually turn into dumpster fires. But I'm telling you, I say hands down, it's some of the best reading you will ever read. You cannot, no one watching this right now can say they haven't got caught up in reading a thread in a Facebook group and just been like, this is insane. This is insane.
It's like the YouTube wormhole that you can go down. You can just keep.
Some of it is when Facebook turns into face-off book. I always say that. Some of the best reading you could ever see. It's live in 4K right there. Right there. I love that stuff. Although, I don't want Winthrop Votes to turn into that. So, yeah, exactly. Get your popcorn and just...
Get your popcorn.
Yeah. And I know everybody watching has been witness or been caught up in one of those threads. I know I have.
I used to do it for fun. Participate.
That's how you and I met, actually.
That's right.
A short story about me and Todd. I never met Todd in my life. I graduated with his brother Troy. I didn't even know Todd existed, right? And we somehow meet on Facebook. Yeah, he knew I did. We somehow on Facebook we clash. Imagine that, me and Todd arguing with each other, right? One thing leads to another. I end up thinking, this kid is pretty. I like this kid. He's got some spunk. He's got some spunk. I like this kid. I kind of took him under my wing after that.
Was it because I'm standing up here throwing punches by myself against everyone in the world?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
tomorrow night,
right? Tomorrow night, this is where the rubber meets the road, and
and again, don't be disrespectful or disruptive. Or Winthrop's better than that. I hate that term. You can do better. Because it's a liberal term.
Be better. Be better.
Just don't be them. Don't do that.
I'm taking my own advice.
Yeah.
I own my poop.
Yeah.
I own my stuff. I don't know. This was good. I'm glad. I hope share this. If you guys are engine that keeps us going.
No, you'll get it one of these times. I always say at the end of all my live streams, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
you are the engine that moves this machine. Without you, it would just be me and Todd talking. And that.
Just boring after 5 minutes. You still there?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, facts, not feelings, Lisa. That's what we need to deal in. But and end game here. See you guys tomorrow night for sure, right? Let's go get down there because I have a funny feeling this is going to be a mild slap on the wrist, and a lot of us aren't going to be too happy.
Well, again, Jim, he's not going to. You can please some of the people some of the time.
That's true.
And you know the rest.
I'll accept whatever happens.
Shannon Riley Poulos said, "Thank you, Todd." What about me?
Shannon, thank you.
What about me? What about me, Shannon? Somebody thank me, please. Show me that I'm loved. Where's the love? I don't need to hear it from you.
I'll give you a hug when you come up for the party.
Yeah. June 25th at the Elks. Tickets are going on sale. Thank you, Shannon. See that? I knew I'd get that. That's groveling 101.
Yeah, good work.
Groveling 101.
Excellent work. Excellent work.
Tickets are going on sale for the Winthrop Town Party 22. Will be at the Elks on June 25th,
Yes.
7 to 11. There's only going to be like 200. We can only have like 200 tickets available because that's all the Elks will let us have. But it's going to be a DJ, and we're going to have some food. Me, Jack Calabrese, and Bob Gillis have put this together. This will be our fifth Town Party. And that's why we do it. We don't make any money off it because I love Winthrop. People, you don't live there, but I love. Listen, if I'm paying out of my pocket to go throw a party up there for the town, it's open to anybody. Does that show the love I have for Winthrop?
That's right.
It's all there. It's all my love.
Well,
all right.
I'll leave you with this, Scott and folks. Ciao. Fino al nostro prossimo incontro. And that's Italian for until we meet again.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck, everybody. Go be heard. Be heard. Thank you, LaToya. Good information. That's what we want to provide that.
Thank you,
all right.
LaToya.
This is a long goodbye. This is a long. All right.